How's it going, guys? So, since the last episode, we left off going back to the Queen Black Dragon. We did manage to get ourselves 4 Araxxor kills. Now, that doesn't sound like a whole lot, and we didn't really get a whole lot. However, it's progress. We did manage to get to Araxxor, and at least now we know that we can actually kill it. The kill times did take a little bit, but it was worth it, because you never know, you might get that drop on the first kill, you might get that drop on the 50th kill, or you might even go dry for like 100 or 200. Hopefully that doesn't happen. However, after finishing that, we were pretty low on things like Super Restores and Rocktails and Brews, so we did end up going back to the Queen Black Dragon so we could farm some more of those up. The Royal Crossbow is no longer one of our goals, as we do already have our main hand Shadow Glaive and an offhand Rune Crossbow, which hopefully we can upgrade in this episode. However, we are now probably going to be looking at trying to upgrade our gear, as currently we are using the Seiren War Priest armor, and as good as that has been in blocking some damage and being a pretty decent upgrade from Dragonhide, I feel like we need something with offensive stats. So we're going to try and go ahead to Kriara. That will be our next goal, and once we have managed to stay there for a while, hopefully we can make trips last longer than 10 seconds. We're going to try and get some Armadyl armor from there. That will be a decent boost, I would say. Like, we're going to be able to do a lot more damage at Araxxor with that. However, we're not going to be able to make a whole lot of money while we're there. So while we are at Kriara, I will be planning on thinking about ways that I can make some more money very, very quickly, because hopefully by the end of this episode, we will have our offhand Shadow Glaive and we will have plenty more Araxxor kills under our belt. And who knows, today might be the day that we finally get our first leg piece. Of course, once we do get that, we will have to unlock a second combat style, and that will probably end up being melee, but we'll see what happens and what ends up being fastest to get. However, that is enough for the intro today. If you enjoy the video, make sure you do leave a like and make sure to subscribe. But let's get into Kriara, and hopefully we can get some armor for ourselves. So we did get a drop. However, Armadyl Buckler, of all things, I suppose a good shield is probably going to be pretty useful. However, I probably should have thought about the fact that I'm most likely not going to be getting a full set of Armadyl just from drops unless I am planning to spend a lot of time here. So I came to the decision that trying to get a set of Armadyl from Armadyl itself is probably going to be a waste of supplies, and I'm just going to have to get really lucky. We may head back at some point and try and finish off, maybe even get 1 or 2 pieces, but maybe not in this episode. My goal now is to head back and do a little bit more money making. I have 2 hours available at ED3 and 2 hours available at Spiritual Warriors and Mages, and I'm going to go and take advantage of that. I'm going to alch as much stuff as I can from both of these places, and hopefully this will get us our offhand Shadow Glaive. Once we've got that, maybe we'll look at trying to get some extra gear, but I just want to get to Araxxor as soon as possible. So here we are about 4 hours later, doing 2 hours of ED3 and 2 hours of Spiritual Mages and Warriors. Just combine them there in the Seiren camp. We did alch everything from there because that's just a lot easier to do them on the spot. However, we do have our relics and stuff from ED3, which we will now need to alch to get all the stuff. As you can see, we have 9.1 mil in the inventory already, which I'm pretty sure is enough for our offhand glaive. However, we will alch the rest of the stuff, see how much we get to, and maybe we can buy some upgraded gear as well, or maybe there's something else that will be pretty useful. But I am pretty sure that next up we'll be going back to Rax. Hopefully this is going to be efficient enough to get our first spider leg piece. 3 grand exchange trades later, and some improvement in gear and potions, let's go back to Rax, and hopefully it's a little bit better this time. Araxxor seemed to go quite a bit better now that I did have my offhand Shadow Glaive. However, it was Spider Minion Path, and with the gear that I had, I was taking so much damage. I used pretty much all of my food from my yak, and by the time that we did actually get to Araxxor, we didn't have much food left. However, at the end of this kill, I didn't actually die because of running out of food. I couldn't eat quick enough to bring back the health. I screwed it up because I forgot to drink my anti-poison, and look at that 859 damage tick, damn it. Not only that, I did mess up a few prayer flicks, and obviously I did die. However, I decided that Minion Path just wasn't really worth it at the moment. With the armor that I do have, I'm going to have to change that before I come back to the minions. So I waited until the next day, which was when the rotation changed, and now we are on path 2 and 3 again. So let's go back and try and do this again. Hopefully this time we can see the improvement in time for kills, and maybe we can get something decent. I really want to get some Onyx to make sure we can get some upgraded in gear that way, but seeing that first spider leg would be absolutely amazing.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine.
What the fuck? So you guys pretty much saw maybe 3 or 4 kills. However, these 2 Onyxes took me probably more like 3 hours. It was a long way to get these kills to actually be able to find some Onyxes finally, but as soon as I got them, I did go ahead and craft these into a Ring of Fortune and an Amulet of Fury. Now, to do this, I had to go and mine some gold ore from the Living Rock Caverns, smelt those ores into gold bars, and then make my Onyx ring and Onyx amulet, get a ball of wool, string that, make a Onyx necklace, and then we could enchant it. Now, to get cosmic runes, I just went to the Mage Bank in the wilderness, and then they sell them there. So we managed to buy some runes from there, and now we have an Amulet of Fury and a Ring of Fortune. Now this would be incredibly useful for teleporting to and from the Grand Exchange for my 3 transactions a day. However, the best thing about this is going to be the stats from the Amulet of Fury and from the Ring of Fortune. So extra stats all around, very happy with that. I am very determined though to get this leg piece in this episode, so I'm going to go back to Rax now and finish this off and hopefully get one of these leg drops before the paths change. Otherwise, if they change before I do manage to get one, we'll probably be working on our second combat style, so it's ready for once we do get our first leg drop. Anyway, let's get back to Rax and see if we can get this done. So, with the improved pieces of gear, Rax was a lot easier to survive with. Now, I did die a couple of times while doing this, however, kills were definitely a lot less stressful, and especially being on path 2 and 3. So, we didn't happen to get our leg piece in this episode, but that's not a problem because I have a feeling that it's going to benefit me more if I take one of the overloads that I did get as a drop to Kriara and just take the chance to see if I can get any better gear. I feel like I need some offensive gear to get the kill speeds a little bit quicker and a little bit more efficient. However, once I do get some extra gear, we will be entering the point where I do have 10 lives left. Now, I have only died once or twice since upgrading with the Fury and the Ring of Fortune, so I will have to be very careful once I do get this better gear. However, I'm hoping once I do have the better gear, staying alive will be a bit easier. Anyway, that's going to be pretty much the end of this episode. We're going to end off coming to Kriara, and hopefully we can get something from here to show you in the next episode. But guys, I really appreciate you watching. Before we do end the episode though, I do have a question that I wanted to put towards you guys, and it's something that someone did suggest I do, and it would make the series quite a bit quicker probably, and a lot less sort of stressful to make progress so that I can make the next episode fairly quickly compared to this one. That is going to be, should I be able to spend money that I have made on overloads? So I could make the overloads out of what I have in game already, but then I would drop, say, maybe 300k, 400k per overload, or double whatever the value of them is at the time, and then I could just get the overloads that way. It would save me having to do farm runs and stuff, and this was meant to be a mini series. I was hoping to maybe get this done in another 2 or 3 episodes, so we will see what happens with that. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. If you made it this far, of course, that would be really appreciated. If not, if there's not too many people talking about it, I'll probably put a poll out as well, so keep an eye out for that. Anyway guys, thanks for watching, really do appreciate it. Hopefully Kree is nice to us, and hopefully in the next episode Rax is nice to us as well. If you did enjoy the video, of course make sure to subscribe to the channel if you are new, and if you are not new then make sure to leave a like, because that helps me get suggested to other people who are new as well. Anyway guys, as always, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. See you later guys, bye.